Okay, let's start with a story I was hoping to get to yesterday. Didn't have time. It's sort of like rounding out the anti-vax police officer that died of COVID, who was on ivermectin, another anti-vax right-wing radio host who died of COVID. This is the anti-mask militia dude who has died of COVID. His name was Caleb Wallace. Caleb Wallace, anti-mask organizer and co-founder of the San Angelo Freedom Defenders, has died of COVID-19. This is a really sad story. Caleb Wallace, co-founder of San Angelo Freedom Defenders and West Texas Minutemen State Coordinator, has died from causes related to COVID-19, according to an update on GoFundMe by his wife, Jessica Wallace. Caleb has peacefully passed on. He will forever live in our hearts and minds, reads the most recent update. This is from the stay-at-home mom of three, expecting a fourth child late next month. While Wallace had become a semi-regular feature in local news through his conservative activism, it was his battle with COVID that garnered the national spotlight after his family's struggle was featured in an article published in the San Angelo Standard-Times on August 22nd. His organization of the Freedom Rally, a protest against state and local mask requirements during the summer of 2020, made him a figure of some prominence among those in the community who were opposed to mask mandates. The New York Times reports San Angelo Mayor Brenda Gunter commented in an interview, "They believe the coronavirus was a hoax, and they believe the government was being too heavy-handed when it came to masks." Yahoo News reports on this as well. Texas anti-mask Freedom Rally organizer fighting for his life with COVID-19. This was just a Friday before he died. At that time, his wife, Jessica Wallace, wrote that she had a heartbreaking update. Quote, "He's not doing good. It's not looking in our favor. His lungs are stiff due to the fibrosis. They called and said they've run out of options for him and asked if I would consent to a do not resuscitate. And it would be up to us when to stop treatments. My heart just can't. I can't imagine my life without him." At the time, the 30-year-old Wallace had been unconscious, ventilated, and heavily sedated. In July of 2020, he reportedly organized a freedom rally to be against government control of our lives. They hosted a separate rally under the San Angelo Freedom Defenders last year to, quote, "end COVID tyranny." He, listen, it's what else is there to say? You know, here is video of Caleb Wallace saying COVID guidelines make no sense and COVID's just fine to live with. Just live with it.
The basic rights of breathing free air, moving about freely, going into businesses without being harassed about a mask or about, these doctors levying these ridiculous restrictions upon its citizens with no representation in city council, commissioners' courts. As Judge Steve Floyd nowhere to be found on this. So we are a group of people. We're not just a bunch of angry people. We're people that, yes, we are fed up, but we also want to provide options and provide a positive option. And with this rally, this is important to us as a group because we have to start making changes now, reverse the trend back to normalcy, back before March 2020. And what we're seeing now is people were scared. We were kind of unsure what this was all about. We were being fed stuff from the top saying, hey, this is super dangerous. And, we were all kind of unsure. Rightly so. But the science is out there and it's saying otherwise, that this is perfectly fine to live with. It's deadly to certain people, but we never in the history of this country, we've locked down healthy people with the sick.
And as I mentioned, his wife is due with their fourth child on September 27th. A pregnant wife and 3 young kids. Now, of course, you can be vaccinated and die. That can happen. It is very unlikely that a 30-year-old vaccinated individual would have died if he had gotten the free vaccine that is now widely available at basically any pharmacy. If this story doesn't convince people, I don't think anything will. And just think back to some of those Trump rallies. I remember it's like burned into my mind. There was a Trump rally and we were covering it before it started. And there was like a sort of scan of the crowd. And there was a woman, maybe, 60-ish, with a shirt on. And the back of the shirt had on it, "My son died of COVID and I'm still here at the rally." This was before vaccines were even available. This was like last summer. I think that there are millions and millions of people who are just beyond reach. That's it. There's no way around it. And this is a tragic story, at least as far as these kids are concerned. You can say whatever you want about, listen, Caleb Wallace chose not to get vaccinated. The kids didn't choose to have an idiot dad who was going to refuse to get vaccinated, a vaccine that's free and likely would have prevented him from dying. Not 100%, but likely would have prevented him from dying. The kids didn't choose that. And now they grow up without a father. And this fourth baby about to be born in late September is born and will have no dad because of this guy's mistaken beliefs. Think whatever you want about him. And we can talk about, should we feel bad for the individuals who choose not to get the vaccine or not? And are they victims of misinformation, or are they bad people, or are they both, or we don't know. But the kids aren't guilty of anything. And it is just, if this doesn't convince people, I truly don't know what will. One of our sponsors is Four Sigmatic, the company best known for their delicious mushroom coffee. Four Sigmatic's mushroom coffee is organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica coffee with both lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. Chaga mushrooms have actually been shown to have potential in supporting the immune system in peer-reviewed studies. I've been drinking Four Sigmatic coffee a lot lately. It actually doesn't taste anything like mushrooms. It just tastes like any delicious coffee. But it's really easy on my stomach, doesn't give me any jittery feeling or a midday crash. And they have over 20,000 five-star reviews. And best of all, if you don't love it, you'll get 100% of your money back because they stand behind their product. You've got nothing to lose by giving it a try. Four Sigmatic is giving my audience up to 40% off and free shipping when you go to foursigmatic.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.